election and resorted to manual election collation. Those ones that they will be bringing people from Rivers State, all the states in Nigeria, they will all travel to Abuja and they'll be announcing all these fake results. That's the manual one. That wasn't the plan for the 2023 elections. But well, they did switch. So when the Supreme Court wanted to rule, Supreme Court said INEC had no power to determine that elections should be transmitted electronically. INEC doesn't have that power. What do you mean? Because in the 2022 Electoral Act, it was stated there, a section said, INEC, right, first, they will introduce the IREF, BVAS technology. So the next part of that act now said, INEC can use their own discretion by deciding to use this technology or not. So INEC did not do anything wrong by deciding to, by saying they will use electronic transmission of results, which is the IREF, and they decided not to use it again by going manual. So they've done nothing wrong. That's what the Supreme Court said. So this prompted a lot of people to say the 2027 elections, they should make sure that all of the legal lacunas that could probably harm the 2027 election, outcome, like the 2023, should be fixed by the National Assembly by making sure that the law is very clear. INEC can use discretion. INEC just need to follow the law, which is live transmission of election results. So while they were doing all of this, everybody doing all these their meetings, nocturnal meetings, called committees this, committee that. So they all agreed. Behind the scene, they all agreed that, they agreed that the 2022 Act that said elections should be electronically transmitted. And in some places where there is no internet, not to improve on the internet there or no, but where there is no there are no internets or so, INEC can use manual, just like in 2022. No mandate, no mandatory or whatever in there, no compulsion. So that then contradicts what they agreed with the real outsiders. So there were opposition senators who were part of these meetings, right? So at this point, it was like the status quo, business as usual, right? So Akpabiole and his own gang, they just went straight and kind of dropped the gavel, saying it is the resolution of the Senate, not by vote or anything else, the resolution of the Senate to retain the 2022, the section of that 2022 Act, which still gives the INEC the discretion to either use manual or transmit electronically. And in that regard, ADC and some obedience, they were out today. And it was called the Occupy the National Assembly. This is so different from what many of them have been campaigning for in the past 2 years, if they would want people to participate in their 2027 charade. A lot of people now believe that if this is allowed to pass and Kolu signed this Akpabiole's bill, then it is advised that don't bother participating in their 2027 charade if you're kind of wise enough. So some are well, until then, they will keep picketing the National Assembly. Unfortunately, Akpabiole, the moment they did all of that, they say, we'll go and settle it later, we'll settle it, they just shut down the National Assembly on recess until 24th of February. Because by then, they would have rigmaroled you like left, right, and center, that you won't even understand what anyone is talking about this Electoral Act. Same way you are not even sure about their new tax law. You get? It is all intentional. But in Abuja, this morning, yeah, the ADC.
This is ADC Youth Wing. ADC Youth Wing Rescue Rally live in Port Harcourt. ADC Youth as the state chairman with the state coordinator, Ambassador Jeffrey Wobodo, state party chairman, leader Samson,
10th Assembly, National Assembly, 10th one. You guys have finished democracy. You guys have demolished democracy. But why? What will you tell your people in the village? What will you tell your children that your tenure, your time, you demolished democracy? But why? Pity us now, the poor masses. Pity the poor masses now. We are dying. And the only rescue that we have in this election, by transmitting it for the poor masses. Please, what are you guys doing like this? Are you human being at all, or you are a center? We cannot continue this way. Save this country and save democracy. Democracy was there before you guys were born.
And Aisha Yesufu, who was also there, even delivered a speech. Say, and Aisha.
Here, but we will work. This is what you want. We will wait. And SS Danjuma, you gave your word as a gentleman, except of course you're saying to us that the police have no gentlemen amongst them whose words can be borne. When you say something, it should be that thing. Let me tell every one of you, we all have families. We all have siblings. We all have children. We all have neighbors. And everybody is suffering. And the bigger than fighting for every one of us, so that your child, I see the policeman in the car. Yes, you're looking at me. But guess what? When you go home today and your son or your daughter says to you, why did you stop those who are fighting for us? Sir, what will you say to your child? Yes. Your allegiance. And I heard someone say that they were given command. The only command you have is that of the Constitution. Your allegiance is to Nigeria and Nigerians and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to remind every one of you that when terrorists come after you and they kill you, we stand and we make demands. I've seen a lot of men of the force.
We are in national
now. We have our leaders that are here,
and House of Rep members,
and they are here to communicate with the Senate. At this moment,
the right thing.
can I ask, I need to come forward and say to the Nigerian police,
to you and your colleagues, enough for once, enough for the whites.
Here.
Let me tell you something, right? I mean, we do see that all the time, even here in this country, in the UK. when an important sort of like legislation is being made like this, especially the one that has to do with elections, your elections, which is your power, your opportunity to decide who leads you and who should be punished for probably wasting the opportunity you give to them, your elections. And then you are reading the news that they are doing all of these things. Some of you knows what they are doing and you know why. But most of the time you are just not interested. And at the same time, we would say, oh, you want a better outcome from a very much flawed process. So what I mean is this. Something like this would have triggered millions of people out there to tell the National Assembly members, all of them, that what is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like you would have started seeing like millions of people in the major cities across the country. But in Nigeria, no. You barely see. And that is the reason why the criminal politicians themselves they are not bothered. They will do what they want to do. Yeah, and they will damn the consequences if there is any at all. I mean, listen to one of them. The reason why they decided to jettison the popular demand to what they think is actually better. And that is the one that brought in what gave Tinubu years of fighting for legitimacy, looking for validation here and there because of the 2023 charade. 2027, you see, 2023 will be like a child's play to what is in stock if these guys have their way in 2027. The walkover, they call it. But listen to one of them, why they decided not to. I mean, just listen to the way he's actually saying it, and you're like, this is 2026, so 2026. And the senator of Nigeria is kind of like pushing the view like this in a country where they are currently budgeting 1.1 trillion naira for 2027. So I heard. And I don't think that's going to be enough. They will probably still budget more. But none of these technologies could actually work remotely with their own designated, internet or whatever. No. Nigeria is not in 2026. Maybe in 1926 with these guys.
Yes, thank you very much. And without much ado, the electoral bill that we are on, we have not even yet ended, because we are still going to have conference meetings between the two chambers, the green chamber and the red chamber, and that is where final decision will be taken on all the clauses in the electoral bill. So besides that, in the Senate, and I don't want us to go to this verbosity and the issue of these lexicographical acrobats of transmit. When you look at transmit means to send. When you look at transfer means to take from one place to the other, which is the same thing as to send. That is one. So meaning that both, there's no conjunctions that are negative and antithetical to each other in the 2 minutes. And yes, we heard and we have heard variously and together at the Senate that yes, we are not going to reject the electronic collation. I will still come back to that transfer and the transmit of election results. And we said that the only problem when you are making law, you have to look at the ecosystem. For example, I just want to take just an example. Between Abuja and Lokoja, when you get to a point after Abaji, the network will not be okay anymore until you get very close to Kotokafe. Some people are talking about, oh, real time. I said, real time is now. Now, does it mean that if there is election in a village around that place, because we have polling units there, and then the results were not uploaded now, because when you are uploading, it means that that portal must open immediately. And then if network is not there, the portal will not open. Unlike sending WhatsApp messages or text messages, whereby when you send your message, when the other phone is on, then you get your message. But when the portal is to be opened, and then you are supposed to engage that portal, if there's no network, the portal will not open. And now somebody now says, oh, I'm the presiding officer, I'm going to photography to go and upload. And then somebody who has lost an election in that polling unit now start crying blue border that, oh, they want to rig me out, because it's going to take you about 2-3 hours to get to where you are going to upload. Then it means that the instanter has already been defeated. That is one. Then two, we are now saying that there are two modes of getting the results to the public. Right. One, the manual, then the electronic. We said the electronic, we uphold it. It's upheld. The electronic is upheld. It is arguable in court. Whatever is there is arguable in court. Since the manual is arguable, then the electronic is arguable. But you have to use the one juxtaposedly to prove the other if there is any default. Because, for example, like the example that I just gave, I've just given, if there's any problem, then you come out with the manual to check it. Even look, some of our offices today, we always said we want to go digital. Okay, we want to do less of papers. Even in the banks, are they not still using papers? They are still using papers. So the issue is that, one, don't let us throw away a child at the bath water. The thing is, there are so many good things that are embedded in the new
nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Just so we are clear, this is 2026, not 1926. But the people leading Nigeria, making laws for millions of people, laws that are meant to lead you to the future. These are people who intentionally are archaic. It's intentional. If a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is an educated person, that is not being intentionally, mischievous, because this is all intentional thing. You don't need MTN if they can't do the job. You don't need your Glo or Airtel and all these guys if you know they cannot deliver the kind of work you want them to. Today, you have Starlink, Abi. Starlink. Countries are going into an arrangement with this same Starlink, which will work anywhere and everywhere. Say INEC cannot actually go into an arrangement with the same Starlink, who will then actually work with their own engineers or whatever to program your beavers enough that as long as it is charged, it's got power, which it must, by the way, as part of the logistics, backup battery, backup battery, backup battery. This is what INEC could do. But politicians know what they are doing, because it is when you start using hand and biro to write results, to write all of this, that is where the whole manipulation is, the whole fraud is. That is the traditional way of keeping the status quo in place. Because once you post the results online and it's captured live, you can't take it back. Do you understand? People vote here now. You counted their votes and you put the tally of the results here and there. You put everything in. Whether they paid to buy the vote or whatever, sure you get, at least the real-time election results will be popping where it should go. There is no excuse for not going, not mandating the electronic voting. But it's all intentional. They will intentionally remain that way, because that is the perfect way to continue to shape our future, our life. If you come to think of it. And this is the character, these are the kind of people that will go and tell even less educated people, sure you get now, I'm poor, this story. And the poor people will be like, that's true. Oh. Even better, it is even better. I don't understand how this their technology, this or that. It's better for us to be using them to write the results like that. And then you begin to see